Hello, students out there. My name is Mr. George from the Delaware County District Library. I wanted to share some stories with you today. Well, it's Black History Month, and I wanted to share a special story song and share some books with you today. What you want, library's got it. What you read, you know we got it. All I'm asking is to read a little book, just a little bit every day, just a little bit. Read to mom and dad, just a little bit every day, just a little bit. Read to your goldfish, just a little bit every day, just a little bit. R-E-A-D-I-N-G, find books in the library. R-E-A-D-I-N-G, check out you and me. Read, 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 read. Read a little book, just a little bit every day, just a little bit. Do an audiobook, just a little bit every day, just a little bit. Check out a book, just a little bit every day, just a little bit. R-E-A-D-I-N-G, find books in the library. R-E-A-D-I-N-G, check out books for you and me. Yeah. Too much fun. Storytellers, I want to share some books with you today. These are great books for school agers, but one thing about books, especially children's books, they're wonderful for adults too, and big kids and teens and middle schoolers too. That's what's great about picture books and story books. They can reach so many of us, and oftentimes it's very relatable because they make it simple for all of us. I wanted to share a few books today. With Black History Month, there are so many wonderful stories out there, and I encourage all of you to check out DelawareLibrary.org, search books, and chat with us online. DelawareLibrary.org has a chat feature to chat with a librarian, and there's many other ways too. Email, and you can even come to the library. You can get books and pick them up through our curbside service. So many wonderful things. The first book I wanted to share is Rosas Bus. Now, of course, many of us know about Dr. Martin Luther King, and of course, Rosa Parks is also very famous. Rosa and her bus sit-ins, where she would not move to the back of the bus. Now, she organized these, and it was very, very intelligent of her. She had people that supported her, and it was planned, and that was such an amazing, peaceful demonstration. Read this amazing book called Rosas Bus, The Ride to Civil Rights. Let's see what other wonderful books I have. No, not only is it Black History Month, it's also Valentine's Day is this month. This story, Loving v. Virginia. That's V stands for versus. This is a court case in which a white man had married a black woman, and it was illegal where they lived, and they could go to jail. Could you imagine that? Loving someone, getting married, and then being told you can't be married because of the color of your skin. Could you imagine that? I really like this book. I hope you enjoy it too, because this is a history that many folks don't know about. Check that book out. Oh, there's so many I want to share. One book I want to reenact for you is called Freedom River by Doreen Rappaport. This is one of my favorite books because this is a true story that is superhuman. I can't imagine a human could do this. Well, let's journey into this book together. Once upon a time, a young man was born. His name was John P. Parker. Can you say that name with me? John P. Parker. You may not know this name, and some of you adults might not know this name as well. But you should know his name. John was born into slavery. Don't know exactly the year he was born. He worked hard as he grew up. He worked hard and loved to work with his hands and work hard. He even got a job to earn money to buy his freedom from slavery. In fact, he worked so hard and he learned how to work with metals and work with his hands that he became very skilled and bought his freedom with his money he saved. Well, John traveled and came to Ripley, Ohio, just south of us, right along the border of the Ohio River. John became so prolific, he had 25 employees, some of which were white. As a black man, having white employees during a time of slavery. Luckily in Ohio, slavery was not allowed at this time. John had a secret. He was a superhero. At night, John Parker rowed in his boat across the Ohio, and he was a conductor on the Underground Railroad. At night, he would help people get across the river and help them, give them supplies, and show them north to freedom out of the United States into Canada, where they could not be captured and brought back into slavery. John had this secret. Many folks did know about it, but it was a secret. He didn't boast about it or want folks to know about it. One night, John Parker went across the river to help a family cross to the other side. A slave mother, "Help me, John, help me, help me! My baby's in the slave master's house!" John couldn't believe it. She wouldn't leave. "I won't leave without my baby. I won't leave without my baby, John." "We'll save your baby." He took off his shoes and gave them to the father. They held the baby at the slave master's house at the foot of the slave master's bed. John, with his shoes off, could creep into the house quietly. He snuck into the slave master's bedroom. There was the baby. On the next to the slave master sleeping was a weapon. A loaded weapon. John creeped, grabbed the baby. As the baby cried, "Oh, a start!" The slave master woke up. His weapon fell to the floor, and John ran out of the house with the baby. And in their rush, he ran to the boat. And the father, as they were rowing, the father of the baby said, "John, I left your boots, your shoes. I left your boots on shore." It's all right," said John. Well, they got to the house. And later that night, a knocking at the door. Well, John opened the door, and there it was, the slave master. "John P. Parker, you have my slaves." The slave master and some of his buddies went into his house, ransacked his house, opened up doors, threw clothes on the floor, destroyed his house, messing it up. And all the while, John Parker sat on his front porch, hearing the destruction, hearing the violence inside. Did he mind? No. While they wasted time tearing through his house, he sat there thinking. 1 mile. A little while later. 2 miles. John P. Parker was counting the distance the family was getting away while they wasted time tearing through his house. And that family got away. The end. Now, folks, John P. Parker was a true person. He was very humble. If you Google his name, you'll see pictures that pop up, but I have a librarian's tip for you. According to the Ripley House, that is John P. Parker's house, their historical society, the Ripley House Historical Society, they have no record of any images of John P. Parker. There's a lot of images online, but they are mistagged, misinformation. So, of course, it's always good to do your research when you're trying to find a picture or an image or a history about people, be careful on the internet. And make sure to ask a librarian for help. And let's learn about some famous children, too. Oh, this book is great. It's called We've Got a Job, the 1963 Birmingham Children's March. A children's march? Yes, this was a peaceful demonstration in which children were involved. Children like you were involved in this march for social justice. Can you imagine going to a march and showing your face and telling folks that we want equality? Just because you're different. We are all different, aren't we? Check this book out. It's by Cynthia Levinson. We've Got a Job. Check that out. And I love this series too. The character education. This one's really great. I Am Honest, but let's see, there's a whole bunch of these. I am respectful. It's good to be respectful to folks. Let's see. I am kind. And I am helpful. Now, these are great ways to help folks. I like this specific book. It's called I Am Tolerant. Now, you might hear that word tolerant or tolerance, but let's learn a little bit about it together. In this, the character education series, I Am Tolerant. So let's learn about what it is to be tolerant. What is tolerance? Laila is new at school. She is from another country. Do you call her a mean name, or are you tolerant? See that word there? Tolerant. Tolerant people are kind to others who are different from them. So why be tolerant? Well, we are all different. Our differences make us special. Intolerance of other beliefs and ideas can be harmful. People may feel unwelcome. See, intolerance is the opposite of tolerance. Tolerance makes the world safer and more peaceful. I like that word. You are tolerant. Yep, you can be tolerant. There's Eric. Eric never makes fun of anyone. Anne and Dev disagree. Dev listens carefully to Anne's opinions. Well, that's a big word. That's their thoughts on a subject. Sammy makes sure everyone is included. How can you be tolerant? Think about ways that you can be tolerant too. And educators and moms and dads, friends and family might enjoy this character education series. This is great to share those concepts of being together, working together, living together in peace and harmony. Pretty cool. Check those out. Well, check those books out and keep searching for others out there. Ask a librarian. And of course, when you're doing your work or if you need more assistance on research, check out our Brain Fuse Homework Help online service at DelawareLibrary.org under our research section. You'll find more information about that. But I want to leave you with a special song near and dear to my heart. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Someday, yeah, we'll get it together and we'll get it all done. Someday when life is much lighter. Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun. Someday when the world's much brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Someday, yeah, we'll get it together and we'll get it all done. Someday when life is much lighter. Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun. Someday when the world's much brighter. And I hope you can help make the future brighter by caring about others, by being tolerant and listening and looking, and of course, reading. Thank you so much, storytellers. I can't wait to see you in the library soon.